What's up, YouTube? So, in case you missed it, Playboy magazine brought back their print magazine for the first time in years. So, I figured it was a good time to bring back and check out a cool phone called the Playboy Phone. Now, this phone was originally released in 2008 by a brand called Alcatel. It features a 1.3 megapixel camera, custom Playboy branding all around the phone, and of course hands-free calling. So today we're going to dive into this phone to see if it came with anything exclusive from Playboy or it's just your normal standard-of-the-mill phone. Either way, this is the unboxing gadget. Let's dive in and explore. Let's get it. Okay, so here it is, the Playboy Phone. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer. If you're expecting breasts and legs to be found on this phone, I'm sorry to disappoint you. There aren't any. There aren't any model pics or anything like that. So if you're looking for that, you might want to click out. But however, there are some pretty cool Playboy wallpapers and some other pretty cool stuff on the phone. So let's check it out. Now, apparently Hugh Hefner and a company called Alcatel came up with this phone and revealed it at the 2008 Mobile World Conference. So at this point, that's like almost 20 years ago. Now, from my knowledge of gathered, there are also 3 other base colorways that they released: pink, gold, and silver. Now, of course, here you see have the pink version. And apparently, each phone came with their own preloaded Playboy wallpapers. So each color you would get different wallpapers based off the color you got. Now, like I mentioned before you get excited, there's nothing crazy with the wallpapers, it's just your standard Playboy wallpapers. Now, the actual base of this phone is a flagship phone from Alcatel called the OT V770. And the phone featured a 1.9 megapixel screen, a 1.3 megapixel video recorder, 750 mAh battery, a micro SD card slot, a phone book that allowed you to put 800 entries. It came with a loudspeaker. Yes, the speaker is pretty loud, vibration. So this was like the epitome of a Y2K phone. I think this is what a Y2K phone would be in the dictionary. Now, I know you all are wondering if this phone will work in today's network. Now, I couldn't find any concrete information to see if it works on 3G or 4G, but according to Google, it does say it works on 2G, 3G, and some 4G. But when I looked at articles from 2008 in order, it does say it only supports 2G bands, including GSM 900, 1800, 1900. So the likelihood of it working on any network, probably not possible, but there are probably some 3G networks out there that the phone does work on. Let's dive into the unboxing. Now, for some reason, the seller included 2 boxes, one with the phone and one without the phone. So I'm assuming maybe he had 2 phones and just had one with the box, one without the box, but either way, we have the phone in the box. Now, the brand on the box is actually pretty cool. It feels like it's an official Playboy phone. You see the Playboy bunny on the flap here. You have this nice etched Playboy etched within the box here. So it's pretty cool. And then when we open the box, we see we have the Playboy phone. Now, I do have the pink one, and it's a pretty nice phone. It feels nice. I mean, it has a cheap feel to it, but it actually feels like, you know, an essential Y2K phone. So, and of course we have the carrying case, which is pretty dope. And we have this Playboy charm, which is a nice touch. Now, if we open the box again, we have the other included extras, which includes a Bluetooth headset, a charger, a Playboy lanyard, which is pretty cool, some manuals, and of course, another USB cable. So, a pretty good amount of accessories. I do love how in the early 2000s and around this time, the phones came with a whole bunch of accessories. I wish they would go back to that, but either way, pretty cool accessories. Okay, so let's dive in to see what's actually on the phone. Now, this phone is straight out of the early 2000s. It's not much to it. It's just pretty much call, T9 text, and you get a few photos and you can listen to music. That's about it. So let's dive in and see what we got. Okay, so if we navigate to the main menu, now it's interesting that they have personal and professional. Now, I'm not sure if that's because it's a Playboy phone or what, but it's interesting that they have both of those. The video quality actually is decent. For a 2008 phone, it gets the job done. I think you wouldn't have no issues recording something. You can see my desk here, have the boxes. So pretty cool. And photo, I'm assuming, looks the same. You can just take a picture instead of a video. Media album. Now, there are some preloaded songs or ringtones, that's what they call them back in the day, on the phone. So we do have a few. Let's move on to the images. Now, this is the part y'all have been waiting for, the actual wallpapers that come with the phone. Now, you can see here, this one's the Playboy bunny flashing around. Pretty cool. We have this pink one, which is the one I have currently set, which is not bad. You have this animation, which is pretty cool, with the Playboy bunny. Changes from pink to black and white. You have that one that shows a Playboy girl, a little Playboy girl image with the Playboy bunny. Not bad. We have another one. I guess she's blowing a kiss. You can put that one as your wallpaper if you want that one. I think this one's just the normal Playboy flashing. Okay, the Playboy bunny again flashing. Pretty cool. And then this one, I think this one is a screensaver. I think this is the screensaver, and you have this one with it's like a Playboy vest, the pink vest. Then we have this one, not bad, Playboy. So, you have like 15 loaded Playboy wallpapers, which are pretty cool. Now, I believe each colored phone came with different Playboy wallpapers. So if anybody can fact check that or has this phone out there, let me know. Because I'm assuming the black and gold one, or the silver and gold one came with different wallpapers versus the pink one. But let me know if anyone has it out there. And also drop a comment below if you think these wallpapers are cool. Would you have preferred it to have, a Playboy girl on the phone or just something else rather than these stock Playboy wallpapers? Just drop a comment and let me know. So interesting, we have this preloaded video, which is, I'm assuming, preloaded video that's not Playboy and it's just the brand of the phone. Okay, so yeah, it's not a Playboy exclusive video. It's just a video that came with the Alcatel phone. So, nothing special here. There it is, the Playboy phone. You do get a few cool wallpapers, but it would have been cooler if they included some other stuff. I don't know what they would include it, but something else besides just a standard wallpaper. So either way, there's a Playboy phone. Okay, so last question. Who is this for? And honestly, it's really only for two kinds of people. First, I would say it's for an avid phone collector. I think this is a really cool phone to have in your phone collection, and honestly a cool talking piece to have. Now granted, it's not like this phone is easily available to get, but with some luck you can score one on the aftermarket or find one on Mercari, OfferUp, something like that. Number two, maybe this phone is for an avid Playboy collector. Now, I know that might sound weird, but I'm sure there are some avid Playboy fans who would love to have this phone in their collection. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And lastly, for the average person who wants to relive some Y2K glory with a Playboy phone, I'm not sure how much use you would get out of this phone. It does support 3G and 4G networks, but considering it came out in 2008, those networks are probably slim to none. Either way, these are my final thoughts on the Playboy phone. Honestly, I'm not sure who this phone was for. Back in the day when it released, I'm not sure if this was for your average consumer, Playboy fans, or honestly it was just for Hugh Hefner. But to me, the market for this phone is really non-existent. I don't know how many people is gonna walk around with a Playboy phone, but it is a cool talking piece. I think it has some pretty cool features on it. The wallpapers are kind of lackluster, but I am glad they included some Playboy wallpapers, but they could have been a little bit more spicy, to be honest. But either way, I think this is a cool phone to have in your collection if you're like a phone collector or even a Playboy collector. But besides that, I'm not sure what else you would get out of this phone, but I had fun unboxing it. I had fun exploring it. You guys drop a comment below and let me know how you feel about this phone. Do you like it? You cool with it? Would you want it back out? I enjoyed this one. I'll catch you guys next time.
This is Over the Air for Information Week here at the Playboy booth at CTIA Wireless in Las Vegas. And yes, believe it or not, we are looking at the Playboy phone. That would be this little guy right here. You can see it's got Playboy.